Hi friends, in this video GRE quant scoring is explained in detail, right? So what you will be learning out of this video is how many questions one should attempt to get some range like 160 to 165 or 165 to 170. That's the first thing you're going to learn. And secondly, you're going to learn about the scales. You're going to learn about the level of questions, right? So all these things we'll be discussing in detail. So I will be showing you some data. So that is actually original data, right? Taken from original samples. So based on those samples, we arrive at a final figure, right? So let's get started. So if you see here, GRE exam questions are divided into 5 categories, right? So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So level 1 will be the easiest question, right? So any dumb person can answer this, right? So those will be the easiest and elementary questions. Second will be easy, third level will be medium, fourth level will be hard, and fifth level will be hardest. So believe me, even this hardest is not actually the hardest, right? They can be even solved in less than a minute. So here the key is concepts. So if you are very thorough with your concepts, even this hardest will not be the hardest at all, right? Now your level of questions, you have 5 levels of questions, right? Now secondly, you have 2 sections. One is section 1 and there is section 2. Now your GRE math or verbal is actually sectional based, right? So your difficulty level is based on your section wise, not question to question, right? So it is sectionally adaptive. Now your first section is always medium level. So again, your paper is again divided into 3 levels of medium. One is easy paper, second is medium paper, third one is difficult paper. So paper, I mean to say section. Now always your first section will be of medium level. So what is the level? If your section is easy section, then you will have exactly 4 number of questions, 4 questions which are of level 1. That means easiest questions will be 4 questions. Now easy questions you will have 8 questions. Now medium level questions will be 5 and hard questions will be just 3 and hardest will be 0. This is if your section is of easy level. Now if your section is having medium level, right, and these number of questions will be fixed always, right? So you'll have exactly 1 question which is very easy, and there will be 4 questions which are easy, there will be 8 questions which are medium, there will be 7 questions which are hard, and 0 questions which are hardest, okay, hardest questions. Now if your section is the hardest section, then there will be 0 easiest questions, 3 easy questions, 3 medium questions, and 8 hard questions and 6 hardest questions, right? So these are the fixed numbers. Now since your first section will be medium one, now if you are scoring at least 14 questions out of 20, if your 14 questions are correct, then your second section will be hard. Otherwise what happens is, if you are scoring between 10 and 14 in your first section, then your second section is going to be medium. That means both the sections will be of equal level. Section 1 and section 2 will be of equal level, and here you don't have much possibility of scoring high in your quant. Even in this case, suppose if you are scoring less than 10 in your first section, then you are in red zone, because your next section, section 2, is going to be very easy. So what happens here is the scaling factor is your harder questions will have higher weightage, lower questions will have low weightage, right? So easier questions will have low weightage. So thereby what happens is, even if you solve this paper full out of full, okay, even if you solve 100% correct, your weightage will be very less. You will get very less marks. So your first section is a game changer. Your first section is very important. So in your first section, anyway you will be having medium questions, right? Medium level. Your paper will be of medium level. So there won't be 2 hardest questions. Majority of the questions will be medium level, and anyone you will be anyway you will be able to answer these easy questions and easier questions and easy questions. 5 are done. If you are really good at concepts, at least you will be scoring 8 out of 8, right? Now here itself you are scoring good. 8, 9 plus 4, 13. So 13 questions here itself, right? At least in this one, this will be hard questions. At least if you score 2, more than 2, then you are already into safe zone. That means you are getting more than 14. That means your second section is going to be hard section. Now here are some statistics. See this. a person whose score is 156 in quant, in first section he scored 15. That means this paper anyway medium, all these sections anyway first section is all medium, right? Now this is also medium. Now since he scored 15, which is greater than 14, his second section will be hard section. Now in hard section what happened is he scored 7 questions correct. That's it. He scored only 7 questions correct. So he ended up with 156. Now this person 156, again he scored 14 marks. That means his second section also will be difficult. In second section what happened is he scored 12 marks here. Now see here, even though he scored 12 questions correct in hardest section, in hard paper, okay, still he managed to get only 156. Why? Because here in first section he scored only 14 questions correct. That means here what you can understand from here is your first section is equally important in getting the final score. So always try to perform as good as possible in your first section, right? So that will enhance your score. Now this person 148, see this, he screwed up his paper very badly. First section he scored only 7 questions right. That means he ended up getting easy section in section 2. Now here you see he performed very well. 15 questions out of 20 are correct, but then his score is pretty poor. See here, he scored much better than this guy. In second section he scored much better than this first person, but still he ended up very low, 8 marks low, right? So this person scored very less just because he screwed his first section, right? Now let us see this person. He scored 160. In first paper, first section he scored 16 questions correct. That means he performed very well. Now second section he got hard section. Now here also he performed very well. He scored 15. That's why he ended up with 160. Now if you see this person, he scored 164, right? If you analyze his score, in first section he scored 19. So he performed very well. But in second section what happened? He scored 14 only. But still he ended up getting 164. You see here, in second section this person outperformed him, but still this person scored only 160. And this person, even though he performed a little bit less in second section, he outperformed him. 164 is a good score. How did he get that? Because he performed a bit better than him in first section, right? In first section he scored 16, but he scored 19. That means he outperformed him in first section with more than plus 3 questions correct, right? But in second section what happened? He just got 1 question less, but still he managed to get higher score. Why? Because he got very good score in first section. Now see this 166, he scored 17 questions correct in first section. So he entered into second section, which is actually hard. He got 18 marks. He scored 18 questions correct. So he ended up getting 166. Now see this 170 out of 170. This person scored 19 questions correct in first section. And second section also he scored 19 questions correct. So he got 170, right? So now what you can understand from this is you have to score equally good in first section as well as second section. So don't neglect your first section. Try to score as much as possible so that your overall score will increase, right? So in first section, since it is a medium section, if you are really conceptually good, at least you should be able to score 18 or 19 questions correct. Then what happens is in second section, even though you score 14 questions, okay, even though you get 14 questions, then definitely you will end up with 164 at least, right? So what is the ultimate takeaway here? The score between 165 and 170, to score 165 to 170, at least you should answer 17 in both the sections. Suppose if you scored 19 in section 1, then to get 165 to 170, you can compromise here in section 2, where you can score 115, then your score will end up in 165 plus. Okay, now to get 160 to 165 in at least both these sections, at least he has to get 15 questions right, correct? Now you understood the scaling, right? Now what is your approach? Now I have analyzed many questions, right? See here, if you see here, we have made real GRE questions in Spartan's GRE YouTube channel. If you go there, you have real GRE questions playlist. I have made many questions and I do have a lot of collection as well. So after analyzing all these questions, I come to some conclusion. So I will explain that. Now here, watch these videos, and this one you see the recent 25 questions. This is the recent home based test. So questions asked in this test are also analyzed, right? Now after analyzing these things, what I can conclude is actually GRE is very conceptual. They're not at all easy. Don't take it for granted, okay? By just going through Magoosh videos, basic videos and all, it's not at all sufficient. So you might ask me what are the best resources. So I have already made a video for that. Please watch this video. I explained all the essential resources in this video. Just only use those resources. No other resources are required, okay? Even Magoosh videos are not required because they're very superficial, but if someone is not from math background, they can definitely watch them for basic information. But your takeaway should be, your focus should be on learning concepts. So please focus more on concept, because GRE exam has taken an U-turn by asking only conceptual questions. Questions are not very difficult but completely conceptual. They test your presence of mind, they test your logics, okay? Only that's what they test there, right? So be confident for your exam and be systematic and make your preparation smart. Don't just blindly go through dozens of materials available online for free, right? Just follow this video. Whatever resources are kept in this video, just follow those resources, right? I hope this video is helpful. Thank you.